All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Roar Eagle podcast. Okay, today we're going to be looking at a little bit of the film, right? So, um, it's my first time ever doing this, so just don't be too harsh. But we're going to look at a little bit here, and before we do that, hey, remember to like and subscribe, right? If you enjoy this, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and that being said, let's do it. So we're going to start with the first drive, and we're just going to kind of pinpoint some of the best, the better moments and some of the worst moments. Okay, and we're just going through the offense because I think our defense was after that first drive was pretty well flawless. Okay, I mean we was really doing the bend but don't break kind of game plan like we always do, and that's what DJ Durkin is so good at, is that he does the bend but don't break type defense. But you know after that first drive, that opening drive of Texas A&M, they got a touchdown. After that, they did not score a single point or a single touchdown after that, but they got 3 field goals after that, which is pretty good, right? I mean, that's pretty good with all things considered. That's pretty good, especially with no offense on the other side and the defense not giving up at all. But anyway, so we're going to look at this a little bit, and we're going to just kind of try to mess around with it a little bit. All right. So this is the first opening drive here. Okay, first play of the game. So right here, motion. All right, Eric Singleton. So that's a nice little screen. Okay, that we opened the game with a screen. Okay, which is, I mean, that's not a bad call at all. I don't mind that call. Okay, so we get a little motion here from the backfield. Not bad. Now, I don't necessarily understand why we were doing, like, this won't be the only time during this game that we have Eric Singleton in the backfield as a running back. Not really sure why that is, but it kind of plays a pretty good role later on in the second half, first drive of the second half, and we'll get into that, where that handoff actually opened up a wider, like it actually shifted the entire defense over to the left side, in which Jackson Arnold kept it himself and went straight forward for a first down. 10 yards, I mean, you take that all day. All right, but this right here, right, so Eric Singleton starts in the backfield. All right, he gets a little motion as an H-back, goes out. All right, gets a screen right there. Not bad, not bad. Little block outside right there by Brandon Frazier. So not too bad, not too bad. Okay, good blocking on the outside. All right, and so good opening play there. All right, so 2nd and 8. A little bit later on. All right, straight up RPO running. Okay, now this right here, this play right here. So, excuse me, the mic and the audio is not that great. Okay, so right here, so Jackson Arnold gets a handoff, right? So everybody's flowing to the right side. Okay, so right here. All right, so we got this guy right here. All right, so we got Cam Coleman going on a bit of a drag here. All right, we got a I don't necessarily. I think that's Simmons right there. But he's going to go over here and he's going to try to do a little comeback route, a little sit down hitch route on the outside, and then of course we got Jeremiah Cobb right there on the dump off here. So he rolls around. I mean, it's kind of like a dump off, but it's more like a block a little bit there. But then Jackson Arnold, I think, had the right read right there, like just the best read possible of that play. That play just didn't really work too well. It was not a bad play call. The play call was good, right? It's RPO. That's what we're wanting, right? And I think Jackson Arnold thrives in the RPO system, so it's a good play call, right? But it's a little bit off target, but the defense did a great job on that play. Box Singleton out there. All right, 1st and 10. Play action. Okay, beautiful. Cam Coleman. All right, that was a good play. So real quick, let's go back to this. So there's really, at this point, there's really no running attack. Okay, so there's really no threat of a run game right now. Okay, we're only 7 minutes in. This is our either second to third drive already, and we have not done anything hardly with the ball. Now, you saw the opening series. It was not bad. It was not a bad opening series, but we just couldn't connect when it mattered. So right here, so we got Jeremiah Cobb in the backfield. All right, we got 2 wide set. All right, we got a double tight end set right here. All right, kind of like an H-back set right here. All right. So it's a play action. Drops back. Nice protection. Very nice protection. Okay. So a little bit further back. Now just look at this protection here. Okay. So after he snaps the ball. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. So he's got 3 seconds. That's all you need right there. And see, Jackson Arnold did his progression. Okay. It was a nice little timed route. All right. Cam Coleman on the wide side, man, this is a beautiful thing for Cam Coleman right here. All right, he had an isolation, okay, and so his isolation route right here was a curl. All right, a little hitch on the outside, beautiful. Okay, 1, 2, 3, drop back, boom, hit your target. Let's move on. So it was a great pickup, everything like that. So that was good. And then we have a little read option here for the first down. Beautiful 2-play set here. Okay, so you get a little hitch play. Okay, Jackson does exactly what you need, and great protection. All right, now one more second later, then he would have been sacked, or he could have just went off right down the right side right here with a wide open area right there, because there was really nobody there, and we have two of the linemen right there on the right side of the formation right there that has a double team on this one guy. So you have green grass right in front of you on the right side of the field for Jackson Arnold. But right here, he makes a great play, great read, and he delivers the ball. Clean ball, boom. There it is. That's exactly what you want. All right, and then we get a 2nd and 5 right after that play. All right, so a great read option here. Okay, now this right here is exactly what we've been wanting. Okay, so it's a quick little read option. Okay, he reads the left end right there. All right, and he gets a really good. He just outruns the defensive lineman there and makes a great move. Okay, now I think this is the first one that I'm a little off on. Okay, so Singleton again in the backfield doesn't really make much sense to me, but it is what it is, and we have him on a straight up handoff to the left side. Okay, a bit of an off tackle run. Okay, it's just a little dive run. Okay, and so bit of a stretch play there. But that right there, I don't really understand what the motivation was in that play. Okay, first off, why are we having why are we having a wide receiver, very good slot wide receiver? Okay, kind of like our gadget receiver. Okay, let me move this over a little bit because I don't think I've been covering that up a little bit. So I apologize for that. But why are we having a somebody like Eric Singleton in the backfield, right? So instead of doing any jet sweeps that we have not seen yet in this game, we have not seen a single jet sweep play. All right, and so that's fine because we're still in the first quarter, okay? But a little bit down the line, we still don't really see. We see motion, but we don't see much of a jet sweep. I don't think he even had a jet sweep in this entire game. I might be wrong on that. But I don't think there was a single jet sweep play, which is insane. Okay, because we've been doing very good with the jet sweep, and that's where some of what the motion kind of threat goes along with it. But I mean, if you're not giving the ball to the jet sweep or anything like that, Texas A&M might have film on that, and they might have adjusted to that, and they might be ready for that. Why don't you use that to your advantage? Okay. Now, I don't necessarily know why we didn't go through any jet sweeps in this, and why we have, instead of two very good, you know, running backs in the backfield, all right, Damari Alston and Jeremiah Cobb, why we're not running them right here? I mean, you give this ball to Cobb, he probably gets closer to the first down than and this ain't got nothing to do with Eric Singleton here. Singleton's a great he's a great gadget play kind of slot receiver, right? But right here, it doesn't really make sense to have him in the backfield. It just doesn't. I mean, you got the talent in running back. You don't need to have somebody like Eric Singleton running the ball in a straight handoff. There's not a draw. There's no lead to anything. There's no motion. It's just straight up handoff, and I don't understand that play call. But so he takes it, just gives a straight up play, and right here, look, we got some great blocking on the outside there. It just wasn't enough. Okay, so second quarter. All right, play action. Throw deep. Now, this right here, see, this is Singleton right here, okay? Another play by Singleton. And right here, okay, this is what we should be doing with Cam Coleman. Okay, now I love this by Singleton. Singleton makes a heck of a catch here, okay? So we got, all right, little play action. So the coverage right there is not very good. Okay, the lineman kind of, I mean, they're right in his face. Okay, and with a play action, you should not have that. You should not have the defense in your face on a play action pass, because they expect to stop the run. So they're probably going to be like, trying to stop the run right there, or follow whoever they think has the ball. But again, if you're not running effectively and you don't have an effective running game thus far, okay, all of the first quarter, then nobody's going to bite on a play action pass. Right here, Singleton just makes a great move. Okay, he makes a great route, and he makes a great possession catch. It's beautiful. Beautiful catch. Great ball too. Now, that could have been a little bit on the outer shoulder, a little bit more, but again, Singleton makes the play. Okay, and that's all that matters. All right, so he hangs on to it. Great play. Good defensive play too. All right, so a little bit of a RPO here. Okay. All right, so we got the ball here. Okay, a little bit of a read, and it goes straight into an RPO. Okay, so he rolls out, and that's a good ball. That's a good ball. Okay. All right, he gave it to him. Good ball. He didn't catch it. And if you see right here, you see all that green grass right in front of him? I mean, that's a lot of green grass, and you've got a blocker right there. I mean, you're 2nd and 20, you might even pick this up if he catches this ball. So that's a good play call. It's a great play call for an RPO right there. Great play call. He just could not connect with it. Nothing on Jackson Arnold. I think that was the receiver right there. All right, another play action. Okay, so that's 1-on-1. Okay, Cam Coleman, 50-50 ball right here in the end zone. Now, the problem here is that the protection looks pretty good. Okay, doesn't really have to, but you see this right here. He does this. Now, see how the end kind of goes for the block there. Okay, he doesn't come in, but the blocking is decent. Okay, not bad. All right, but with the play action, okay, he gets it. One drop back. Throws it, just heaves it where only his guy, he tries to make it to where only his guy can reach it, okay? It just needs to be a little higher. And I'm going to argue here, if it's a little bit higher there, Cam Coleman gets that touchdown. Just a little bit higher, Cam Coleman goes up there and grabs it. We've seen it before. This season alone, we've seen it before. And if Jackson Arnold, this is on Jackson Arnold here. It's just a bad ball. Great read, great play call. I love the play call, love the gutsy play call. But you give it to your best receiver, you got to get it to him. You got to get that ball to him, and he just doesn't here. But again, if he would have just put it up higher, just put it up to where he can stop, jump up, make the catch. All right, but that did not work. So we just had to take 3 here, okay? It's our next possession. Okay, play action. Look at that protection right there. Okay, let's count it. Now, I know that me included a little bit here, but ever since the Texas A&M game, right? Fans have been going on how, and other people as well have been going on about how bad the offensive line is. Just check this out, okay? He hikes it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, he gets out. That's 5 seconds. Now, the problem with this play is, again, all right, there's a holding call, okay, and this becomes an ongoing thing, Chaplain, all game, okay. All right, so but right there, that's what more do you want from this play here? What more do you want? All right, Jackson Arnold makes the play with his legs, but did you see 5 seconds in the pocket? 5 seconds. You don't get that. You don't get that. You don't get that with the best of the offensive line, especially like, it's just like a great protection there. Okay, and he has enough time to make a progression, right? He goes through his progression, can't find nobody, makes the play with his legs, and then, of course, a holding call. And it was on the left side of the field, and he rolled out right. So I'm not quite sure why Chaplain thought that he needed to hold there, because he got out of the pocket on the right side, and Chaplin's on the left tackle. I don't know why he decided to hold there. There's no reason for it, but a great play right here that could have built momentum for us to go down the field and possibly score. It's a holding call. Terrible. All right, next play. All right, another drop back. So we try this again, but see right here, now I mean, he should have came up with this, but this is not necessarily just his fault. Okay, he has it kind of right there, but there it's a little bit tipped. Okay, it's a little bit tipped. All right, the defender kind of gets his hand in there and kind of just swipes it a little bit, just gets enough in there to block the pass. Okay, and I don't really fault him for this, because he had the step. He had a step on him, just a slight step. But if that ball was just a little bit further down, that could have been a huge gain and possibly setting up for a good score. Okay, but as you can see, let's go back a little bit more. Okay, so he hikes it 1, 2, 3. Look, he could have held that ball maybe 1 more second, maybe 2 more seconds. It's a great pocket. The pocket's fine. So it's not all the lineman's fault. Okay, the offensive line is fine. There's nothing wrong with it as far as these plays go. Okay, now again, some plays they don't do so hot, but that's not really their strength, as we know. That's not really their strength, is to do the drop back passing game. Okay, but as for what we've seen so far, they've done a great job. And then of course it's just an underthrow. That's a bad ball. He needs to put that up a little bit more. Okay, motion Singleton outright. All right, a little bubble screen. Now this one right here, look, great gain, great pickup. It's not a very good setup. Okay, why are you going to put him out there by himself, island by himself? Now I get it, it's a motion, but that motion puts a highlight on that guy. Okay, so whenever you put somebody in motion, you're giving the defense a little bit of a heads up. Okay, and again, it's a one-on-one. Now there's some cushion there. That's fine. There's some cushion there, but that could have just as easily been that right outside linebacker right here. He could have read that just as easily and jumped in there. Like, luckily he didn't. Luckily there was nobody over there, and this was. I don't really like the play call. Now, of course, it got us positive yardage, and this is one of the very little times that we actually had one first down. But it's just, in other scenarios, this is not a very good. In other cases, this is not a very good play call. It's not a good setup. Maybe the play call, if you have somebody else over there, that's great. But you just put you put a target on Singleton's back there, and we're just lucky that they didn't switch real quick to a man coverage or something like that. Okay, so another Singleton motion here to the left side of the field, this time in the slot. Okay, now see look at that right there. Okay, great ball. All right, and we get a first down. Now, if you see this right here, okay, now again, motion with Singleton. Love the motion here, but there's no threat for the motion. Because if you notice, all game long we did not do any jet sweeps at all. Okay, nothing. And so there's really no threat there with the motion. Okay, now that's not the only reason for you to have a motion is for a jet sweep. I get it, but the setup here is not too great. Okay. But for this one right here, if we're going to count the line protection again, okay, this is a play action, or actually drop. Okay, excuse me, this is just a regular drop back. Okay, so we have our tight end on the out right there. Okay, and we have Cam Coleman sit down. Okay, sit down in the middle of the field with a little hitch route there, just to sit down right in the middle of the zone. All right, and then we have wide receiver out here, going to go a little deep. And then we have, of course, Jeremiah Cobb on the check down on the left side. Great play call, great set. It was a great setup right there. Okay, now if you see, watch how Jackson Arnold goes through his projections very well. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 4 seconds in the pocket. 4 seconds in the pocket. Jackson Arnold is very patient. He checks his routes. Okay, he checks his options, and then he dumps down for a wide open Jeremiah Cobb. Not sure what happened with the defense there. It's not a man coverage defense, so they're probably cover 3 there a little bit, and maybe a little bit of cover 2. But they're clearly in zone here, and so let's go back a little bit. So everybody's just kind of sitting there, right? So this is clearly zone, okay? And he just gets out of there. So that's a beautiful play call there. Good job. Okay, again, Singleton. This right here is my favorite play that we did all game. This is my favorite play that we did in the entire game. Now this right here, now like I said at the beginning of the video, all right. Singleton's been lining up in the backfield with motion or anything like that just by himself. Right here, it's a double back set. Okay, so it's a shotgun double back set. Okay, we got a double lineman set up. One's kind of like an H back on the left side. Okay, it's kind of like a H back / tight end set, and then we got a close package with Cam Coleman on the left side right there, very very close to the whole setup there. So it's kind of bringing everybody inside. Okay, so they're going to try to contain a little bit. Okay, so you see how the defense is a little spread out from the actual formation here from the offense. And so Singleton goes on the motion here to go on the backfield on the right side of Jackson Arnold. And then I think this is the most brilliant play all game, the entire game from Auburn here. Okay, and this is what we should be seeing all the time. And we saw it with Baylor, right? We saw it a little bit with the other teams, Ball State and South Alabama. We've seen this. We did not see it against Oklahoma much. We did see a jet sweep given to, I think it was Eric Singleton or Simmons. It was either one of them, and they took it on a jet sweep touchdown. Great play. But this one right here is a great setup, right? We've been motioning Singleton in the backfield all night, all day. We've been giving him the ball, okay? But watch this. This is brilliant, okay? Everybody's going in for a block, okay? We have a guard pulling. All right, the right guard's pulling to do a little lead here, okay? Because what we're trying to do in a little illusion here is that we're going to give it to Singleton again because everybody's blocking on that side. Now, watch the entire defense shift to the left side. Everybody follows Singleton and Jeremiah Cobb to the left side, and then Jackson Arnold pulls it last minute, fantastic read, and takes it upfield. First down, beautiful play. All right, move the chains. That's the best play all day. Okay. Play action, beautiful. But here's the thing. The best wide receiver that we have just dropped the ball. And that was a great play call, too. I mean, it was just a very simple play action read, right? You just play action, very, very, not even a subtle, right? It wasn't even subtle. It was just a boom, barely faked it at all. One step back and toss it, and that would have been a great gain. That would have been at least 5 yards. But, of course, when we start doing stuff that's good and we start doing stuff that can actually help us on offense, we drop the football. I mean, it's bound to happen eventually, I guess. All right, so again, great play call, but it just didn't connect, and that's fine. Let's go to the next one. Let's just keep moving along, okay? All right, so right here we got a little bit of a bunching on the right hand side, okay? All right, so we got a 5 wide set here, okay? We got this is an odd play here, okay? But we got a bunch on the left side or on the right side, okay? And then on the left side, of course, we got 2. Brandon Fraser's one of them. All right, he comes in as a running back. Now this right here, this play call, I guess because it's a little odd, it was supposed to take people off from actually, guarding this play, I guess. I can't really defend this play call. But this right here is just, it's not that great, okay? So he lines up motion in the backfield, okay, on the left side of Jackson Arnold. Jackson Arnold goes back, okay? Not a very good hold, okay? Not a very good pocket there. Not a very good pocket, okay? So going back a little bit, okay? It's a motion. I don't know necessarily what they were trying to accomplish here, okay? Putting a tight end back in the backfield. All right. So again, we got 1, 2, 3. All right. We've already got it right there. Now, the problem here is that it's a 3rd and 10. Okay. We're down by 10. Why are you going to try? All right. We're down by 10. Why are you even trying to dump off here? We shouldn't have nobody in the dump off area here. I mean, let alone, why are you even trying to throw it to him? I get it. I understand you're under pressure here, but this is just a bad play call, and it's a bad. It's just a bad performance overall for this play here. Okay, bad ball. Even if he would have caught that would not. Now here's another angle. Okay, so he comes in here kind of like he's gonna try to block, right? Fraser's gonna try to block. And then he runs over to the left side. Now watch how this play unfolds, okay? Now, you see right here, all right, Eric Singleton down the middle, okay? Now, if you throw it right there, now, of course, Jackson Arnold, if you can see, he's looking at the left side of the field for Cam Coleman, okay? Cam Coleman, all right, he looks like he could be going on a hitch route. And, of course, we know that by the end of the play, he does go on a hitch route there. Okay, so he could have just threw it there because, as you can see, the corner on the left side broke his containment there on Cam Coleman because he thought he was going deep, and then he came in for Frazier. Okay, and so if you can see, Singleton's down the field. Okay, if you rip the ball right there, you're probably going to get him. Okay, now let's go back a little bit more. So right here. Okay, now watch Singleton break right there. Boom. Now, if you can see the direction of Jackson Arnold's head here, okay, right here is a split-second read, okay? Now, I do not expect him to make this kind of read this quick, okay? I don't really expect much of or many quarterbacks in this league to even do this at all. But I'm just breaking it down this way to see you got Eric Singleton right there, okay? It's a little bit of a zone coverage here, okay? All right, and so this looks like a little bit of a cover 2. But here's the thing. Jackson Arnold is looking at Eric Singleton right now. He knows that he's going on a short post, okay, down the middle. Not even a short post. It's a straight up post down the middle. But see, if you can see right there, he's right there in the center of that triangle right there, okay? So you got the safety in the backfield, got him deep, okay? Don't throw it deep. But you're splitting those two linebackers there. So you could zip it right down the middle, okay? And make sure that you know by the looks of the field, okay, that you have that step, okay, that Singleton has that step, because right here you can see, okay, that it's clearly zone. It's clearly zone because he just left Singleton hanging out wide right there, okay. So luckily, all right, the other linebacker was in the place that he needed to be, right down the middle, okay. And so you have Singleton, but then nobody on the right side, but you see Cam Coleman right there. Now, as soon as you see that corner break to come back to Frazier, got to let go of that ball. You have to throw it to your best receiver. All right? And so even if that corner does not break and he stays with Cam Coleman, you still throw that ball. You still throw that ball because you got to give your guy a chance. And that's the problem. That's the main critique that we have of Jackson Arnold going on right now, is that he does not look comfortable. He looks too, he kind of looks out of his element a little bit, which is a little concerning, a lot concerning. Okay, and this is the last drive of the game. Okay, so again, we're down by 6. Okay. If we go down and get a touchdown, nobody's really, and that's the problem, right? So we have zero confidence in the offense to get this job done, okay? But you still got time, right? You got a little bit under 2 minutes, okay? You got the ball. You can make a solid drive here, all right? But just watch this, okay? I'm not going to cut these up. Watch this. So 1st and 10, drop back, okay? Decent pocket. All right, dump down. I don't know why you're trying to dump it down right now. Okay, we need to at least get past the 50 here. But it's decent, okay? No urgency. You see this? No urgency. You're just kind of running. I mean, you're not even really running. You're just kind of just jogging around, right? Precious time. We've already wasted 20 seconds, okay? Then you throw it right there. Why are we throwing that ball there? Why are we trying to do a comeback route right there? We didn't even get the first down. Okay, it's a comeback route. And it wasn't even deep enough to get a first down there. We're only down by 5. Okay, it's a 2nd and 5. Why are we throwing it behind the first down line? Terrible play call. Terrible play call. Why are we doing this? Terrible play call, okay? Now, again, you gave it to Cam Coleman. That's great. Okay, little bit of sense of urgency. Not quite, though. We need to be a little bit quicker than this, okay? It's still 3rd and 1, okay? Now, why we don't give this up to get the first down, I don't know. All right, not really any sense of urgency here. It's 3rd and 1. Give it up to him. Just give it up the gut right here. You have Damari Alston. It's a 3rd and 1. You've already wasted 2 downs. You've already wasted 40 seconds, rather. Why don't you get the first down and get a fresh set of downs? And even right here, you've got 3rd and 1. Run the ball. All right, you got 4th and 1. Run the ball. Okay, get you another chance. Get you another set of downs. You still got a little bit of time on the clock. It's just it's not, the play calling does not make sense here. Okay, we're not even. It's like we're not even concerned about the time. We're not concerned about the clock at all. Okay, no really sense of urgency here. And we're not concerned about how close we are to a set of downs. It's like we don't care. It's like why are we not trying to get the first down here? Okay, that's one of the best things that you can do in a 2-minute drill. Okay, and in this case a little bit under 2-minute drill, is that you got to make sure that you stop the clock as much as possible and you move the chains as much as possible. Okay, now I get it. That's for everything, right? But when it comes down to it, right, you're trying to play the clock, but you're also trying to play field position. You're not just trying to take shots down the field, and you're also not trying to throw anything too short. Okay? Because every time you get a first down, the clock stops for just a few seconds for you to for the chains to move, and then you can get the next play. So again, last play of the game, sack. It's pitiful. It's absolutely pitiful. Okay, absolutely pitiful. It was just a terrible, and just looking back on the certain play calls and everything that we had, it was not that bad of an offensive call. Okay, the plays were not bad. The problem was that it just seemed kind of scattered, right? Like the play calls seemed a little scattered. Okay, it was great play calls. It was just out of sync. You know what I mean? Like it was not. It was almost like there was no plan, no game plan at all. Like, are we going to run the ball? Are we going to try to, establish the run, then play action? Are we going to try to give it to our, best receivers? What are we going to do? What's the play call? I don't know. Going into this game, I have no clue. We're just going to call it on the whim. And that's just kind of what it felt like, right? It just felt like we were just calling it on the whim, and it doesn't work. That doesn't work. So, going into the bye week, praise God we got a bye week, okay? Because we desperately need a bye week here, okay? I think that one of the biggest problems that we have, okay, is play calling. And if you notice by the film that we just saw, we had potential to make solid drives, man. Solid drives. We had potential. Okay? Again, the play calling just didn't make much sense. Okay? Even on a 3rd and long, you're gonna run the ball? What? All right, you're gonna get a little dump down? What? No, that doesn't work, man. That doesn't work. So, if we just us looking at this, little bit of plays here, okay, we saw the potential that could have been. If we get a better game plan, okay, and we're able to establish the run, which needs to be the game plan, okay, instead of just, throw, and then a play action throw, that doesn't, there's no threat for the run game. So why are you trying to do a play action pass? It just doesn't work. So just get a good solid game plan going into the bye week, right? We establish what we got to get done. All right, we just work on. You got 2 weeks to do it, okay? Work on a solid game plan and get to scripting, man. Get some scripting going and get some good scripting, okay? Now, my opinion is that I don't necessarily want, if Hugh Freeze is calling this offense and he's doing this horrible of a job, I want it delegated to somebody else. I don't care if it's a group. I don't care what it is. I don't see how an offensive-minded coach, as well as Hugh Freeze is, and him being an offensive guru and a quarterback whisperer, I don't understand why he's playing, calling these kind of games, man. It's pitiful. It's absolutely pitiful. And so, what I would say is, just to close, I would say that the problem with the offense was that we just was out of sync with what we wanted to do. We was not trying to establish anything. We were just we were trying to flow with the wind, right? And that's not how you play football. Okay, that's not how you establish anything. Okay, so I think going forward, we just got to get a solid game plan and I think we can execute it, man. There's nothing wrong with who we got on the field. Okay, with the exception of maybe 2 players. Okay, Chaplin and I mean, I don't know, man. I don't see the problem in Jackson Arnold right now. I don't know why we would have to pull him at this point. My argument would be that we just need to get him in the right kind of offense instead of just drop back every 3 plays or every. We don't need to go 3 to 4 back-to-back throw plays and a drop back, like no play action, no RPO, right? No short routes, just straight 4 vertical spam. That's not Jackson Arnold's game, okay? And we don't need to be doing that. This is not the NFL, okay? So let's just get a good solid plan, okay? And let's come into the bye week with a great head on our shoulders, okay? We just got to do that. So like, subscribe, do all that great stuff, and if you enjoy the video, comment below and let me know what you think. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.